Hello, it's Margaret Martin with your Mindful Monday. This week and this month, I want to focus on peace. Yeah, we need a lot of peace. And peace, in all my research, peace begins within. If you read my newsletter, if you're a subscriber, you saw that last week as I put out my newsletter saying, peace really does begin within. How can we do that with all of the other things going on in our lives? What do you mean peace begins within? Well, really it is. And when we're getting very, very frustrated or distracted or whatever else is going on in our life, if we can pause and go within and then be able to get some peace there. And for some people, that's going to be a challenge. So, here's some of the steps I use in order to be able to get peaceful, get connected, get grounded. And I use a process called heart centered, heart focused breathing. And it's very simple, very easy to use. You can use it anytime, anywhere, doing anything. So, if you would, at this point, just bring your attention to your heart. Think about your heart. And for some people, they have to put their hand on their heart in order to make sure that they're focused in there on that. So, if you need to, put your hand on your heart, both hands, and just think about your heart. And for one thing, be grateful it's still just pumping right along because without that, we don't live for a long, long time. So think about your heart and then take in a breath and let it out. Then take in another breath that's just a little deeper, trying to use all of your lungs, all of your lungs. So take it in, hold it for a moment, and then let it out. Take in another breath. And I call them belly breaths because we don't really want to go, because that tends to just raise our shoulders. We want to fill our lungs. So take in a breath and fill your lungs as much as you can. If you've ever been in a choir or a singer or played a musical instrument or even as a speaker, you know that you have to fill your lungs and from the diaphragm. So take in that breath and take it in deeper using all of your lungs. Hold it for a moment and then let that go. If you can do this 2 or 3 times a day, and especially to start your day, it's going to help you a lot to be able to just get out of your head. That's where all the stress, frustration, and anger, whatever else it is that's going on in your life that gets you all riled up or feeling unpeaceful or not at peace, be able to go in and just focus on your heart and breathe. And while you're there, another way to extend this process is to recall a time when you felt love or appreciation for someone, something, or someplace. Some people call it their happy place. So think about where your happy place is or someone you've loved. And while you are thinking of that and you recall that particular situation, now I want you to be able to go in and get into the feeling you experience while you are doing that, while you're in recalling that situation, that time. This is for children too. Sometimes children, if you can have them think about loving my granddaughter loves her teddy, and I tell you what, she goes everywhere with that teddy. She's 3. So she loves her mama and her daddy too, and her brother, and all of us in the family. But for some children, they don't have that experience of feeling that kind of love. So if they generally will either love a toy or an animal, stuffed animal, or even one of their pets. So that can help children a lot. So, but for you, now that you've recalled that time or place, that person, that place, or that thing that you've loved or appreciated, and get into the feeling of that, That connects your heart, your head, your heart, and your gut to be able to get your body into a coherence, into an alignment. That's one of the beginning steps of finding that peace within. Because when we can be there, we're just there. We're not thinking about anything else. We're not thinking about anyone else. We're just there at that moment, being able to be present within ourselves and finding peace within ourselves. So I encourage you as you go throughout this week, throughout the month, throughout the rest of the year, go forward using this process, and you'll have it to go back to and be free to share it with your friends as well and your family. So if you have any questions, be sure and give me a shout out, and I'll be happy to walk you through it personally if you'd like. In the meantime, let's focus on peace this year, finding peace within, because as we find that peace within, we will be able to have that sort of ripple out into the world. If you can go into peace, wherever it is you go, if you can go with a peaceful heart, peaceful mind, it's going to make a difference in our world. And let's do that this year. Let's make this world a better place. Thanks again for listening. It's Mindful Monday with Margaret Martin.